Comment notifications are the backbone of how Postmatic increases engagement on your site. It's probably by far the most important part of the plugin, so let's look at how to set it up the right way. You'll want to turn on comments by email, and you'll get a new tab up here, Configure Comments. This is the functionality that puts this little thing on your comment form on your website. Gives your users a checkbox to continue the conversation via email. Now, unlike traditional WordPress comment notification plugins, Postmatic does things a little bit differently, and we like to think a little bit more intelligently. The first, that's probably the most important, is comment intelligence. What comment intelligence does is when users subscribe to comments, they don't just get each subsequent comment in their inbox. It'll analyze each comment as it comes in and only send those which are highly relevant, well-written, and generally useful to the conversation to your subscribers. Comments that don't necessarily make the cut are still sent later on in a daily digest of everything else. And additionally, comments which are direct replies, so if I leave a comment and then you reply to me, even if your reply is snarky or not that useful, I'll still get the notice that you replied to me, but nobody else will. So those are still sent. So this little checkbox will filter out anything that really just shouldn't be emailed to anyone. And it'll still make sure that the right comments get to the right people on time, and everything else will be held for a digest. This checkbox does require that you install our free plugin called Elevated Comments. Elevated Comments by default won't do anything except handle the analysis of each comment. It does have some other cool features though that you can enable in settings, Elevated Comments, if you want to check it out. But comment intelligence does require Elevated Comments and is really, really useful. Highly recommended. Next, sorry, we'll jump to the top here. I just get excited about comment intelligence. So the comment form opt-in. So that checkbox that we saw, which lets people subscribe. This checkbox will either have that checkbox be on by default or off by default. It is off by default, and people do have to opt in. In some edge cases, you might want it on by default. Having it on would put you in violation of spam laws in certain countries, and really people should be given the choice to opt in. But if you're running a support ticket system based on Postmatic or something, you would want this on by default, right? So that's there. The next is the comment form opt-in text. So continue this conversation via email. This is the text which shows up right here, and you can change that however you want. Sometimes it's nice to explain what people are going to get. And then comment flood control. So this is another system that makes Postmatic different than other comment notification systems you've used. What flood control does is it also is another measure to limit the amount of email that we send. So if a user is subscribed to comments on a certain post, and that post is not getting very much activity, it's getting maybe 3 comments per day, we'll send those comments automatically as they come in. But if things start heating up and it gets more than 3 comments in a day, then Postmatic will hold back the new comment notifications, package them together into a daily digest, and only send that daily digest to subscribers. So this number here reflects at what point do we stop sending real-time comment notifications and instead hold all of them for a daily digest. 3 is recommended, and 6, somewhere between 3 and 6 is usually good for most sites, but you can play with that number. If you don't ever want to send daily digest and instead you just want to send real-time comments forever, just set it really high, I believe is the solution for that. So that is how to do comment notifications. So again, any comment notification in Postmatic is replyable. So as people subscribe to comments, they get a notification in their inbox, they can reply right from that email in order to send back another comment. Works really great, and that's how you use it. Good luck.